Teammate is down.
Welcome everybody to the first official Out of Time live stream. Maybe you guys can hear me now. Let me know. All right. Yeah, we're good to go.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, that was a test, and you all passed. Welcome to the official first Out of Time live stream. Not going to go through the entire spiel that I had prepared, but thank you all so much for joining us today for the first official Out of Time launched live stream. I'm joined by co-founder and CEO Frederick Descamps and co-founder and chief creative officer Jordan Maynard, who are going to talk to you more about Out of Time, and then we're going to play a ton of Out of Time with the community today, and we'll hear from the Manticore staff. But for now, I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to hand it over to Frederick to take it away.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We also have Tim Slager, who is our head of community management and customer service. It's a very special day today. We're very excited to welcome you all to Out of Time, one of the very first 3D multiplayer roguelike. So we're going to go over the game, we're going to play the game. It still feels surreal to be able to say that we're actually playing the game live with the community, because that's what we've been doing the whole morning. But also we've been working on the game for many years now. So it still feels surreal to be able to share the game and play the game with you all. And yes, so we're going to go over Out of Time. I think you're going to see the gameplay stream from Team. As mentioned before, we have also Jordan Maynard, co-founder and chief creative officer of Manticore Games. So we're going to go over all the game details, the gameplay, as well as answer any questions you have. As mentioned, we've been working on Out of Time for several years now, for almost 3 years. The game actually started as an MMO several years ago called Out of Time. And we're getting feedback from the community, from the players, from the playtesters, and from the team, saying the game is beautiful, the graphics are very pretty, the world is very big, the world is beautiful. We love the time traveling and multidimensional traveling lore components of the game. And we like the combat, but want more combat, more combat, more combat, more combat, more combat. So what happened is that Jordan in parallel was working on a roguelike multiplayer game or mode, and decided one day, without telling anybody except maybe myself, he decided to swap the combat, the original combat, which was great. But he wanted to see what the team would say, and then within a few days, the team was basically completely convinced that the new combat, the roguelike multiplayer combat, was the right choice for the new game. So that's why you have today Out of Time. Wanted to give you a little bit of context. The press and some of the creators, streamers have been playing the game for a few weeks now, and they've given us very positive feedback. And one of the comments they were saying, it does feel kind of like an MMO. And yes, because it started as an MMO, it still has most of the components of an MMO. But at the core of it is an over-the-top multiplayer roguelike. So very much centered on the combat, on the exploration. And the story starts in Infinitopia, It's probably what you can see on your screen. That's what Team is showing. And Infinitopia is basically where mankind has regrouped for its survival. So what happened is that mankind had discovered time traveling, multidimensional traveling, and of course, something had to go wrong. There was a big catastrophe called the Shattering that propels mankind into a new reality where they are trapped. And they decided to survive and started Infinitopia. Infinitopia is the hub where everything starts as a player. After, of course, you've done the F2E, the first time user experience, the onboarding, the tutorial, you arrive in Infinitopia. And Infinitopia is a beautiful town. It's at the crossroad of multiple timelines, multiple eras, and you can actually see right there the time travel theme already, with obviously the Aurora in the middle, which is the main map, but also around, if you look around the map, you can see the different eras already represented. I don't know if Tim, you
Yep,
can
I'm
show that.
panning. It's a little harder
Ah,
when you can't fly like we
yes.
used to be able to, but you can still see it.
Yes, so you have a prehistoric gate as well as the landscape in the background. You see prehistoric, you see medieval fantasy, antiquity, modern, and Three Kingdoms here. Sorry, I missed Three Kingdoms. Modern, futuristic, post-apocalyptic, and then solar punk. So we have many eras that are going to be available across time. Along the way, we're starting with three eras. We're starting with medieval fantasy, modern, and post-apocalyptic. Now, the thing to understand, and Tim is probably showing you the map here, is that each era is massive. Each era is its own world, universe, its own map. Each era has its own map, which is 4 by 4 kilometers, so pretty big, and subdivided into 4 zones. And so we're launching with these 3 zones, 3 eras, again, medieval fantasy, modern on wasteland. And the name of the game, so to speak, is mankind survival is at stake. So you have to go, you have to adventure, journey through all these eras and push back the Tangle, which is this big chaotic force that's basically threatening mankind's survival. So, but without further ado, let's jump into the game, and Jordan can go over all the key elements of the gameplay, the gear, the tether, the way the maps are structured, the infinite replayability, so on and so forth.
Absolutely. So, Tim, before you start the run, actually, if you want to bring up your gear screen, the
Absolutely.
first thing to see about Out of Time is that it is a gear-based game. It is not class-based. It is not hero-based. So you are what you wear. Your abilities are all defined by what gear you have in what slots, and you can actually click on each piece of gear and see a little preview movie of what the ability does. And you're trying to figure out what gear combination is going to, what build is going to work best for you. And then if you're in a squad, what build is going to work best for the squad. I'm in a squad with Tim right now, so I'll be playing with him and a couple other people. We'll go in. The game you can be played solo, 2 player, 3 player, or 4 player. It's always sort of best to play with 4 players just because it's going to be more efficient. At the end, if we beat the boss, we'll get 4 drops and we can take one of them. So you have basically more rolls. Tim, why don't we go ahead and go do the Riverlands, maybe?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep. We could probably do hard if you've got it
Oh,
unlocked.
I don't know if Bogsy does or not.
Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll do normal.
Yeah,
Or you could have done quick play, right?
we
This
could.
That's
morning,
true. Yep.
before quick play basically matches you up with other folks who want to play, and it's one of the quickest ways, as per the name, to start the game.
Press the button to start your run.
Can also
Awesome. So
queue up.
Yep. The first thing you'll notice on Tim's screen before we even start the run is this tether that's connecting all of the players together. This is a very unique feature in Out of Time. And it's what makes the gear system sort of work and what makes you able to play with players of different strength. The tether shares all of our stats across the tether with all the players. So as long as we stay close enough together, we're sharing stats. If I'm a tank, I'm sharing my tankiness with the rest of the team. Now the rest of the team can also tank. If Tim is a damage dealer, he's sharing his damage stats with the rest of the team. And now we can all get to do damage. So it's a really unique feature. It's fun, and it also plays into the upgrade system, which you'll see as we do the run. I'm going to start the run now. We'll go out and kill monsters. We'll get EXP. It is a roguelike, and so we're going to get an upgrade screen. The squad levels up as a group, so we all level up together. We all share the EXP. You can see our level at the top of the screen. It is we're almost level 2 already. As we pick up this EXP, we level up. When we hit level 5, we will get an upgrade. And this is a really cool and unique moment because the team gets to decide together as a group what the best upgrades are going to take for each person. And because of the tether, each person's upgrades affect the rest of the team too if they take a global upgrade. So we'll show that in a second. We're almost level 5. Here we go. So I can, for instance, choose to upgrade just my Death Wheel, which is one of my abilities. I haven't shown it yet. Or I can take this one over here, which is global EXP gain of 5%. I'm probably going to take that. It looks like Bogsy is taking global crit damage. So he's just increased the entire team's crit damage by 65%, which is huge. I'll lock in. I'm going to now use my Death Wheel. So I should mention, each weapon in Out of Time plays very differently and almost like a different separate mini game. You can see the weapon I'm carrying is called the Vibe Drone. It's sort of an AoE weapon. I can just run around and in my aura here kill monsters. But if I need to, I can switch to healing, and now it heals teammates. It's a little bit like if you played, for instance, Lucio in Overwatch 2, this sort of dual mode AoE is a very fun mini game. Now, I don't know how to pronounce that person's name. That person's name with the minigun there, that's a different unique weapon. He has the highest fire rate in the game, but he cannot shoot when he's moving. So he has to find a place to sit still, park himself, and do a lot of damage. And I would not recommend doing that in that temporal paradox that we just spawned. Nope. That temporal paradox was one of the random points of interest we have, tangle nodes, that are different. They're different events and they're different every time. So not only is the run going to be different based on what gear you have, what gear your teammates have, your squad mates have, but also what power-ups you get offered. These upgrades, by the way, each one comes from one of my slots, right? This one's coming from my weapon slot, this one's coming from my armor slot, this one's coming from my boots, this one's coming from my helmet. I've got a healer-based helmet on, so that's why I got offered global heal power 50% for my helmet. I'm going to take that. That's going to make the entire team healing that much stronger. So every run will be different. Even if you're playing solo, I think Tim calculated that with we have 24 gear sets at launch. We have 6 gear slots, so that is 190 million combinations of gear you can wear. You know, I've been playing the game for at least a year and a half now, and I'm still finding combos that I didn't know worked and that are very fun and interesting. For instance, give me a second. Let me pick an upgrade. I'm going to take my Death Wheel. So for instance, I've got this Death Wheel. There's some boots you can get that drag a nuclear waste barrel behind you. And I realized just the other day that, I can do the nuclear waste barrel and then do the Death Wheel and drag it around faster and get it on more enemies. So there's just all kinds. Each run is different just solely from the combinatorics. And then also, of course, what mobs spawn, what points of interest spawn, things like that. I should have mentioned at the start of the run, our goal for each run is limited to 15 minutes, and our goal is to clear as much of this purple fog as you can. Oh, you can't see my screen. You have to look at Tim's screen. Tim, if you bring up the map after this upgrade, I'm going to take global damage 33%. That is huge. That's coming from my chest armor, and you can see that card is blue. It's a rare card. That's because my chest armor is better, is higher rarity. So that's why I'm getting the better upgrades there. Awesome. So on the map, you can see our goal is to sort of clear as much of this tangle as we can within 15 minutes. It's also on the mini-map, and you can see right there on the mini-map, we are at 31% tangle cleared, and we have to get to 75 before the boss spawns, and we have to do that within 15 minutes. We're on good pace right now. We're only 3 minutes in, and we're already 34% cleared, so I think we're doing good. We are, of course,
see our level compared to the mob's level in the upper left-hand corner, where you're going to see that we're level 18 and the mob's level 11. The mobs level up with time, whereas we level up with gaining XP. So if we just sat here and spent a bunch of time killing towers or POIs, monsters are going to get harder, mobs are going to get more tough, and we're not.
That's right. But we are a little bit overpowered, like I said, so we're a little bit ahead of the curve, and that's fine. We'll do good. At the end of the run is when the boss spawns, and you have to kill him to get your reward. That said, it is a roguelike, and on harder levels, you are not going to win every run. However, when you do die, a few things. We have a revive system, so you can see up above my portrait there. There's 3, or Tim's portrait. There's 3 pluses. That is because we're playing 4-player. We have 3 revives possible. But if we die, all die, and we run out of revives, you still keep all the resources that you gathered until the point you died, and the gold. So with that, you can go back to town. You can upgrade your equipment. Level it up using those resources, using that gold, and come back and try to beat the level that killed you again. So you always make progress, right? Like, even if you don't get a piece of gear at the end, you still make progress by getting resources, getting gold, using that to level up your stuff, and come back and try again until you can beat it.
But Jordan, we're all picking up resources. How do I know how many resources I'm going to get?
All the resources, just like the EXP, are shared across the squad, so you're never competing, you're never fighting with your squad mates. It's only to your benefit to bring more people. You'll have more people to pick up more resources. The resources aren't even split, they're duplicated. So if one squad member picks up a rare piece of wood, all 4 squad members get a rare piece of wood. Awesome, we got another POI right here. I'm going to trigger it.
I got one over here too.
Oh, pressure. I got pressure plates.
Oh, no pressure.
No pressure. I'm going to go stand here. I'm going to turn on my heal.
I'm going to turn on my rock concert.
Oh, temporal paradox with pressure plates. Not a good combination.
That may be my fault.
Oh, good. We got it. The temporal paradox is a random POI that does damage to your team and mobs, and it tracks your team. So you can actually pull it through the mobs and get extra damage onto the mobs that way. Let's see. I think I'm going to upgrade actually my teleport. That's going to do more heal and also now damage enemies when I heal through them. That was an ability evolution. When you get an ability evolution, it usually adds a new mechanic to the ability. It also will refresh its cooldown. You can use that strategically in a run. If you have an ability with a really long cooldown, you can get that off cooldown by upgrading it. I am not reading chat. I apologize. So if anyone, if there's any questions there, I'll answer them afterwards.
Yeah.
One thing that's very important to mention and to reiterate is how different the game play feels, as obviously as you play more the game, but also as you change your gear and combine them, let alone combine your gear with the rest of your team's gear, the other people, right? So the game feels vastly different. Even as a player, like recently I switched from using the power gauntlets to using the crystals longbow, and the game felt entirely different. Not only for me as a player, but also playing with other people. It felt vastly different the way I play. Oh, you guys.
Yeah, we decided the boss needed to show up. So.
We're just annihilating him. I mean, heal.
He chunked my health there.
You guys might be a little overpowered.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit of
maybe just a little bit.
Fine.
That's all right.
Fine.
He's okay now.
Because we played 4-player, like I said, we get 4 pieces of gear. What's cool is you can see here we got 3 common, 1 uncommon.
Yes.
All 4 of us can choose to take the uncommon if we want to. So again, playing with 4 players, you're just going to get more rolls like it's a drop table, and if one of them happened to be rare, epic, or legendary, all 4 of you can take that.
And if you can be a dragon, be a dragon?
Always be a dragon. On the victory screen, there's a lot of different stats that we track, especially on the abilities screen. You can't see my screen, but when Tim goes to it, you can see how much damage, how much healing every single individual ability did. So if I want to say like, oh man, how did Bogsy do so much damage? How did Calvoth do so much damage? I can actually look and see what ability it was that did that much damage, what piece of gear it came from, and try to get that for myself too.
One of my favorite things to show, because I love the numbers, I love the watching the growth, is the attribute screen actually shows you where you start and where you finish. And the cool thing about this is, and this is where the rogue elements come in, roguelike elements come in, is that those starting stats, if I were to return right now to Infinitopia and come on another run, right away those starting stats would be my base stats again, and I would have new different final stats once I was done. Other thing is that I enjoy, because big numbers, is the overview screen, where you can actually see the number of mobs that you've killed, and watching that number go up as you go through the difficulties is really fun. You see the total number of resources gathered here, as well as the amount of gold and the loot there. You can also add friends. That's very important to know. You can add friends just by clicking on the button there at the top.
And you all picked the same chess piece, the
We did the
dragonet.
green one. Yep.
Yeah,
For
always
sure.
be a dragon. Yep.
Do you want to now talk maybe about the gear and the inventory, the leveling up, the stats, etc.?
Yep, for sure. Tim, when you go back to town, we can
Yep.
talk about that. So yeah, the gear is broken down into different rarities. You start the game with a bunch of common gear, but as you go through the different difficulty levels of the runs, you get access to win better and better rarity gear: uncommon, rare, epic, finally legendary. Um, as you get the gear, you can level it up using the resources you get, and you have to use the resource rarity that matches the gear. So if you have an epic piece of gear that's purple, you need to collect purple resources in order to upgrade it. However, we do something very nice for the players, which is we allow you to merge and break down resources of different tiers. So if you don't have any epic of the resource you need to upgrade a piece of epic gear, you can merge a bunch 10 rare to get one of the epic. Likewise, if you have a legendary one that you a resource that you don't need yet, you can break that down into 10 epic of that resource. So you can upgrade it up or down. As you upgrade the gear, the base stats of the gear get better, but also the upgrade cards that you're offered in the run get better and better and better. So that is really fun and important. Even once you've got a legendary or an epic piece of gear, you want to level it up so that the cards that you get offered during the run become better and better and better. Yep. So Tim's showing that off on his screen right now. He's going to level up some of his gear. It looks like you can see those base stats going up.
And once I hit level 10 with any piece of gear, a common piece of gear will end at 10. Uncommon, you actually have to break through the level cap from 10 to 11 using time in a bottle. And time in a bottle actually comes from salvaging gear. So you may get some duplicate gear along the way. You can salvage that and turn that into time in a bottle to help you level up so you can get those better cards that Jordan was talking about. One thing, Jordan, I would love to have you talk a little bit about what the headpiece does, because it's a little bit different, but it's still super important.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. So as you can see, the weapon has three abilities tied to it. One is your auto attack, and auto attack in out of time is actually true auto. You don't have to be spamming a button maniacally. Your auto attack on most of the weapons will go off automatically. And then two other abilities. You have one ability from your chest piece. Usually, it's a very big ability. For instance, turning into a dragon. You have one ability or a mobility ability on your boots. That's usually on the shift key. And then the helmet is very important. The helmet is usually a passive that does something. And it does it because of the tether system. It does it for the whole squad. So Tim's got a helmet there that is Cruise's flight helmet. I believe that does
Grants a
increase
shield.
damage to the lower health. I'm actually, you have to mouse over it
It
to
grants
remind
a
me.
shield to all in the aura
Oh.
and deals area damage periodically after killing enemies.
Yep. So I, for instance, where I was wearing the Necromancer's helmet, that increases heal power for every enemy killed over the course of the run. So this is one where it starts off very weak, but as we kill more and more mobs over the more and more, our heals just get stronger and stronger and stronger from that helmet. So there's lots of different helmets with lots of different passives on them that really change the style of the gameplay. The Druid helmet, for instance, is really interesting. The Druid helmet heals you every time you pick up a resource, and it heals you proportionally to how rare the resource is. So you can actually leave a resource on the ground for when you get hurt, and then go pick it up and heal.
One of the other tactics that Jordan, you had mentioned at one point you figured out is with the cybermedic helmet. Actually, the cybermedic helmet heals you whenever you pick up gold and resources or gold and XP. And so
XP, yeah,
or
XP.
just XP. I'm sorry, just XP. So you left a chain of XP, spawned the boss, and then kind of kited it back through your healing crumbs.
Yep. We also, for new players, we have a very interesting feature there. You can see it in the bottom right of Tim's screen, bottom left of Tim's screen, which is the radar graph, the spider graph. It shows how balanced your current gear set is between three areas: damage, tankiness, and healing. Now, when we're in a squad, you can actually hit the K key and see how balanced the team is. So as you're forming a team before even a run, you can look at that and say, oh, we're a little bit light on tankiness right now. I'm going to switch out my weapon to be a tank weapon, and that'll make the squad a little bit more balanced. That also again works when you're solo, so you can try to find a set of gear that balances out between those three stats. That's where you're going to have the most success. You want to have enough damage to be able to clear the mobs fast enough. You want to have enough tankiness to be able to survive the tanks, and you want to have enough healing and health recovery that between rounds you can get back, between waves you can get back to full. That spider graph updates live as you're playing the game. So even while we're playing that run, as I mouse over and click on the different possible upgrade cards I have, I can see how that affects the spider graph. So I can see, oh, we're light on tankiness. I need to take a tank ability here, maybe the global max health one.
Do you want to swap some gear so you can see that happening in real time?
Yep. Yeah,
So,
sure.
Yeah, if you look at my spider graph in the bottom right, you'll see as Jordan is swapping through gear, we're changing. So 47% heals, 36% DPS, 17% tank. Now we're 32%, and so it's just changing in real time. And this is the starting stats like we talked about a few minutes ago. As soon as we go into a run, the spider graph is going to continue to dynamically change as you select upgrades. Do we want to go into another run? Maybe something a little more of a challenge?
Yep, I can do one more.
All right. Let's see. Well, you can only do one more? It's not like there's a lot going on today, Jordan. Oh, gosh. All right.
Let me get my gear back on. Hold on, let me get my
Let's
good gear. I want the vibe drone again. There it is. All right.
All right.
Do we want to drop one player just so we can do hard?
We can do hard.
Hard unlock? Yeah.
Yeah, we can do hard. I was just waiting to make sure you were good to go. And
yep. All right, Dark Forest hard.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Awesome.
It's actually my first time doing Dark Forest hard since we've launched.
Awesome.
Uh-oh. There's players. There we go. Jordan with his vibe drone. All right. You know what? I just realized this. Bogsy, you're in here, aren't you?
2, 1, go.
Maybe?
Yeah, man.
Oh, hey.
How's it going?
How's it going? We've had a secret participant in the background in the squad.
I've been having too much fun to talk anyway. It's all good.
All right.
Awesome. Oh, the speed with the death wheel is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Does it affect the dragon too?
It might. I think it does. No, I gotta be careful not to get too gung-ho. We are playing on...
We are. Yeah, actually, I'm glad you said that because I was like, let's go. We just spawned a bunch. But then I realized that these guys aren't dying.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit damaged. Taking some damage.
All
So
right.
let's see. Let me actually think about my upgrades this time. I'm going to take, because we're so early in the run, I'm going to take Global EXP gain, because that's just going to multiply for the rest of the run how powerful we are.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny you bring that up. I was thinking about it the other day. Is just as we get up in difficulty levels, those micro choices that you make, that one card, literally could change the outcome of your battle.
Yep, especially when you're playing on the shattered difficulty. So that brings up. So we have normal difficulty, then we have hard. You have to clear all of normal of an era to unlock hard. Then you have to clear all of hard of an era to unlock what we call shattered. And there's 10 shattered levels, 1 through 10. Each shattered level is 2 times more more difficult than the previous one, right? So there's some purple rocks here. So by the time you're at Shattered 10, it's 24 times as hard as Shattered 1. So I think squads are really going to have to optimize their builds, optimize their upgrades that they take, really try to figure out how to get the best use out of every single ability, every single upgrade card. And even if you aren't able to clear, for instance, Shattered 3, we do track your high watermark, how much of the tangle you were able to clear, so you can try to get a new personal best. And then once you do clear it, we track the time that you cleared it in, so now you can try to lower that and try to clear it faster and faster and faster.
I gotta say, man, there's almost nothing more satisfying than when the slimes pop and all the resources pop out of them.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Like,
resource
it takes
slimes
so
are...
much effort to kill a slime, but as soon as you do and you see all the goodies jump out, it's awesome.
The slime is one of my most hated mob in the game. It's like I actually recently was sending kudos to the people who implemented the slime because it's both satisfying, frustrating. It seems to be so smart in a very interesting way. Every time I would trap it, it would just move. And every time I would try to drop my dirty bomb, big nuke on it, it would move for some reason. It's like very, very interesting. But it's so satisfying once you get the reward. And as you progress in the game, obviously early on you can upgrade very easily, but later on, like I'm at a point, and I'm not even that advanced with since the game launched this morning, but I'm at a point where I'm actually chasing certain resources. I cannot upgrade because I'm lacking certain more advanced like green and blue resources. So I'm actually doing certain runs specifically to get resources now.
Oh, somebody's down.
This may be a little bit too hard for us.
We'll see. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no.
All right, Boggsy.
What?
It's a roguelike.
It is a roguelike.
Oh my.
Oh,
all right.
Wow.
Well, we don't have any more revives.
Clutch.
I am all that is man.
Real
Very
man
clutch.
of genius.
All right, I'm
That's
healing
great.
everybody up.
So that was all 3 of our revives, right?
That was.
Yep.
Okay, just for the record, I was checking.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I
I'm
think
just
you
gonna
were going to get the
stay in heal
leaderboard
mode.
for most revives.
I darn well better.
I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
You guys are now in charge of doing damage. I'm just gonna
All
stay
right.
on healing the entire time.
Let's see. So that's one of the cool things is on the left-hand side of the screen. We also have this leaderboard that you can cycle through different leaderboards. So you can do damage, power level, the amount of XP you've collected. Again, this is all shared, but it's just it's cool bragging rights. You can see the amount of gold. I'm clearly Mr. Moneybags. You can see the amount of healing. So Basilisk is carrying the weight for the team in healing.
Oh,
So we can't return the favor, Boggsy. I'm sorry. What is
Uh-oh.
happening?
This is gonna be bad. Well, we're
Oh my gosh.
we're 2 levels behind now, 3 levels behind now. So we took too long. This is actually interesting. We took so long killing that slime that we got behind the level curve. Right?
Oh.
Yeah. So I think that's really what happened there is that we were greedy. We went after that slime. We took like maybe 30-40 seconds to kill that slime, and the mobs out leveled us. And when the mobs out level you, just like a MMO, they're gonna do much more damage to you. So you
Well, that's
really
good
want
to
to
know.
yeah, you really want to stay ahead of that level curve. But GG's, we still got the resources. So you can see actually we got 8 of the epic stone. So that's going to be 80 rare stone if you break it down. It's going to be 800 uncommon stone if you break it down. So that was actually worth it. Like we actually 800 uncommon stone is definitely worth that run that we did.
Do you lose anything converting up or down? Any resource loss, or is it just pure?
There's no resource loss. It does cost gold,
Does
both
cost
up and down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right. Well,
And gold is also useful for the masteries. I don't know if you showed off the masteries screen
not yet.
Tim.
Nope. That's next part I wanted to show was mastery and cosmetics. Mastery station is open. So this is the mastery station. So we've talked about how gear determines your character's abilities and their stats. That's based on the gear. Your character also has a baseline of stats that you can upgrade through the mastery station. This takes gold. These all have a level limit, but you can increase them with that gold. And then my max health will now be level 3 going into it. So I'm going to start with 9% max health more than I did before. Can increase my armor to do the same. You also have the passive upgrades down here that'll help you give more resources. So if you're really like, hey, I'm just struggling at getting the amount of stone I need, you can put some points into that. So that is the mastery station. So your upgrades for your character come in a lot of different ways. Those mastery stations that we just talked about, the levels of the different pieces of gear, and ultimately the different pieces of gear that you get, and the rarities. So there's a lot of ways to change the power level. So that 190 million gear sets is just the raw gear. That doesn't include all of the iterations or all of the possible permutations of it. And if you guys have questions, please, we're checking out chat. We've got some of our community folks in there. Please let us know. If you haven't joined the Out of Time Discord yet, please join us there, and obviously follow our social media channels. We'll post some of those here in just a little bit. So welcome to the avatar editor. You may have seen this if you've already jumped in the game, where you can customize your character. You can change the hair, colors, those kinds of things. You'll start, I believe, with everybody starts with 12 avatars unlocked. And then if you pre-purchased, you get 4 more on top of that. And the cool thing is these cosmetics literally are modify the armor in some cases too. So if I didn't realize this until like a week ago, but if you look at the mask of this character, it changes with the character. Oh, there's some gills on the back too. Man, this is cool. Anyways, I'm getting lost in how cool this stuff is. So gear is all tied to these avatars. And so in order to unlock the avatar for Agent X, I need to go set out and unlock, well, the only piece I have left are the uncommon glasses for Agent X's shades. Once I loot those, that piece in a green quality, I will unlock this cosmetic avatar. And you can see why that is a really great thing to do, because some of these cosmetics look incredible. Actually, they all look incredible. I don't know what I'm talking about. This might be my favorite, Nicola, because he's a robot. And if you can be a robot and a dinosaur, be a robot and a dinosaur. Jordan, is there anything you want to cover about the gear sets or the avatars that I didn't cover?
Yeah, no, that was really good. The gear sets, unlocking the different avatars. If you look at the pieces of gear, they have the avatar's name associated with it. That's another hint of which avatar you're going to get if you unlock the gear. And each upgrade card actually has a tiny bit of lore about that character. So there's a little bit of discovery of sort of environmental storytelling there. Also, and then we have the mounts that you can unlock. I'm sure you're going to show those off. And the emotes that you can unlock through gameplay.
Yep. And so that's a great point. Is all of this is through gameplay, cosmetics, avatars, gear. It's all done through gameplay. You buy the game once and you're getting these cosmetics through the gameplay. You're getting future updates to the game. Yeah. So the pre-purchase pack, the Temporal Disaster Bundle, is no longer available, but stay active in chat, and we'll give away a code for the Out of Time and the Temporal Disaster Bundle here in just a little bit. We are... Sorry, go ahead.
No, one thing I thought you could do is maybe do another run. Die or don't die, it's fine. It's part of the course in a roguelike, but maybe completely change your gear.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Just do the difference.
I'm gonna go with a rocket launcher. Maybe a death.
I'm gonna go much stronger on heals this time. I'll bring the Cyber Guardian wings. I'm gonna be tanky on my weapon. I'm gonna take the stun batons, which also give us a wall. So on those, and if we run on for instance, Dark Forest again, I can put wall in those choke points, and the mobs will run into that and take damage. We can do it, but maybe we should show off another era too. Maybe we show off one of the Wasteland ones.
Did you guys show off the Tesla towers already? Because
I don't think anyone's taken the Tesla
I haven't
towers.
unlocked them yet, so yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We might need you to play.
I know. I was going to say maybe I can.
Do you have the Tesla tower? I'm jealous.
I believe I do. I believe I do.
So that's the other cool thing, and I feel like it's common, or it makes sense. But the gear that you get is era specific. So when you're in the Wasteland, you're not gonna get a medieval knight gear drop. You're gonna get Wasteland specific.
And we have dozens and dozens of gear sets, and each has 6 pieces. So hence all the combinations we mentioned.
Yep.
I'm here. Let me see if I can put my testing gloves on.
I'm gonna kick Nakasaya. Oh, I know who that is. I love you. We're gonna make room for Frederick to join us with his Tesla coils.
Let me see if I'm up to date on all my upgrades, and I think I am. Ooh, I might spend a little bit more on attack power. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do Forge Master instead, because I need more. Okay, I'm upgraded. I'm gonna accept your invite.
Perfect.
Awesome. Maybe we do a normal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Bogsy has
Yep, that's all
This
good.
piece, I'm gonna keep my. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep. I'm tempted to switch to the tactical Seeds tactical body armor, but I'm gonna keep the tactical nuke actually.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's actually tanky because there's an upgrade
Yeah.
that gives us a shield. Yeah. So I
Especially
think
since
it's
you
good.
had recently the tendency to die very easily, right?
Well.
Oh, but we can do some cool stuff with the Tesla towers. I mean, you can
Yeah.
trap.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yep. Are you ready?
All right, I think we're ready.
All right, Central Crater, here we come. I think you might be just a little overpowered for it, Jordan, but nobody will know.
That's fine.
So, but actually, let's talk a little bit about power level for a second. How much does playing in a group or a squad with such a dispersed power level actually matter?
Yeah, it's actually interesting. Again, because of the tether system, it sort of averages out across the group. The group is actually going to have relatively the same power level. It's just going to be the average of all 4 players' power level.
3, 2, 1, go.
And so now you'll see my weapon is this massive rocket launcher, and I have these 2 circles that will charge up over time, and the longer I let it charge, the more damage it's going to do. Which is a very different experience than, let's say, what Frederick is going through, where he's basically playing this tower defense game where he drops these Tesla coils, and you see he just attacked with his gauntlets, and those made those Tesla coils bigger. So now we need to look at the balance, right? Do we come in knowing that we have these Tesla coils with something like what I brought in, the death wheel, which actually knocks mobs away? So maybe I can knock them into his coils, or ultimately, if I want to do the other way, I could knock them away from his Tesla coils. The point is the synergy that comes from the whole thing.
Likewise, I took a piece of gear here, and let me take my heal power. That actually makes the tether part of the gameplay. So when I activate my chest ability, my E, the tether's going to turn green, and I get these green pluses on it. If I crash those green pluses into my teammates by moving towards them, it gives them a huge heal. So I basically play an ambulance in this when I'm playing this game. I activate my E, and then I just run to my teammates, and I crash those green pluses into them, and I give them a really big heal.
And we very much appreciate it. Because as you see, the last match kind of is an indicator. Death comes very, very quickly sometimes, and but it's okay. Like the first trailer said, die again, right? So we never punish you for dying. We might laugh. We have laughed quite a bit. Oh, who's in here? Is there somebody in here? That is Murray Curie.
Yep. So the points of interest sometimes are a time capsule that have different historical figures in them that you need to rescue. I'm going to take more healing. I'm actually going to hit the K. I'm going to see what's good on healing, but I'm going to take even more healing.
The card that I have is really interesting for my helmet. We've talked about helmets and passives. Mine's Dragon Greed 2, meaning I've upgraded it once already. But now this increases the amount of gold drop chance, my ability armor bonus, my ability health bonus, and it also gives me 5 bonus gold. So, you know, the other thing to think about as we talked about resources is maybe you need to go farm resources or go farm for gold. You can take out gear like this to build those sets out. Ashes, Nell, thank you so much for sharing that. We're very, very glad to hear that. We hope everybody's having fun. We know we do. It's silly the amount of fun that we had during playtests. Oh, here goes Fighters.
Ashes Kell was streaming the game earlier. I played a run with them.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the love. If you want to jump in, if you're in game and want to join the squad, we can absolutely play with you there. That'd be fun. You would be the first person that we played publicly with. So, Frederick, I'm going to put you on the spot. What would you say is your favorite gear?
It's a good question. I mean, it keeps changing for several days. The last week or so, when we were playing with the press, I was using almost exactly this gear set with the Tesla chest piece, and then I got the chest piece for the dirty bomb, the nuke, which I really love. But then yesterday I got the crystal longbow, and now my game has completely changed. But today for you folks, I've switched back to the. I kind of like the Tesla towers, to be candid. I think they are really really cool. It's such a cool way to trap, especially when you play solo. A couple of nights where I was playing solo, and it's great because you can trap and protect yourself, trap the mob.
Yeah. I love the Tesla coils. They're my favorite gear set. I just haven't unlocked them yet.
Oh, and there was the dirty bomb, the nuke.
I like the minigun too.
No, it's okay. One thing to be careful of, there's some red robots here that are blinking, and then if they get close to you, they'll blow up. Those do 25% of your max health true damage, so it doesn't matter how much armor you have, and it doesn't matter how much HP you have, they'll do 25% of your health bars. So if you get hit by 4 of them in rapid succession, you can lose very quickly. So just be aware that those are dangerous red blinking robots.
And to go back to your question, there are trade-offs, right? Like when I played solo, and I used the very set of gear combination that I have here, it's great. I don't do that much damage, but I can protect myself, I can play solo, I can set up the towers to trap the mob, etc. But then I suffer against the final boss, right? So that's been like really, really painful when I played solo. The final boss was harder because my damage was a little diluted and I cannot really get close to the boss. So I have to play this kiting game, which is fun, but it's hard.
Yeah. Kiting is a dangerous.
So that's really interesting to bring up, because there are certain weapons in the game that are very good at taking out, a swarm of 100 mobs. For instance, the nuke is fantastic at taking out a swarm of 100 mobs, but it's not fantastic against boss. There's certain other weapons, for instance, we haven't shown it yet, but there's a gun that shoots radioactive goo that does max % health over time damage. So that one's amazing at taking out bosses. It's not good at taking out swarms. So you want to have a combination of gear, or a combination of gear in your squad that can do both, so that you don't run into a situation where, oh, I was able to clear all the waves of mobs fine, but now I can't do a lot of damage to this boss fast enough to kill him. So yeah, it's again all about how you build your build, but also your squad's build.
And that always changes. The squad makeup always changes. I know, I've played some other like hero-based games where everybody's like, I want to be this, I want to be this. Here, go ahead. Do everybody want to be a dragon? Have 4 dragons. Why not?
Yeah, and it's fun, and sometimes it might work, and sometimes it might not work, right? We've done runs with like 2 dragons, 3 dragons, 4 dragons. I don't know, but we could do that. Depending on the rest of your gear set, it is doable, or probably not. Actually, in some cases, too much of one specific set of gear, right? But
this level has a little secret if you guys go this way.
Oh.
There's a little
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Oops, sorry. No,
So
sorry.
actually, that's something we haven't
I'll
really
pay.
shown. Is that we've breaking the tether, it hurts.
Yeah, when I left the aura there, I lost all the max health that I'm getting from the rest of the team. I lost all the damage I'm getting from the rest of the team. So it's very dangerous. But I did want to show that there's a little secret passageway through here that's got a few power-ups in it. A slime, for instance. But it's also got a very narrow choke point, so we can put my wall, we can put...
oh, look, there is a hologram here.
Frederick's
I've
Tesla
never
tower
seen
here.
it.
Oh yeah.
I told you it's a
slime.
secret. Here we are, wasting time on the slime again. Being greedy.
Well,
Heals incoming.
I mean, I think we're okay. We got 13% to go. 9 minutes. 8.5 minutes.
Oh, the slime is still here. Jeez.
Yeah. It's a slimy little one.
I was going to get global XP gain, but I think we're doing fine, so I might just
Yeah.
upgrade my ability damage plus 100% on my auto attack. That's a good one. Cannot go wrong with that one.
Oh, coming back. Coming back. No, this way, guys.
Oh my god,
This
that
way.
was
Over here. Oh, there was a slime. We
were killing a slime.
Yeah. I also see there's a blue... on the minimap, you can see the resources and their rarity. So I see there's a blue gems over here that I want to
Oh yeah,
grab.
I want that.
Yeah.
until bosses
But that also, the higher the rarity, the more damage that node takes. So I have found myself sitting there shooting a blue rock or a purple rock for longer than I
A good
feel
amount.
comfortable.
Yeah. Here's those red explodey guys I was mentioning.
slow is available.
So we haven't really talked about it, but we have these drops, these power-ups that'll drop. Like we just got a kind of a stopwatch that slowed down time for us.
5% tango remaining.
Those happen randomly. They come
Yep.
from the mobs. We have other ones like the magnet. I'm sure you've seen us pick up. What else is there? A heal pack, speed
The
boost.
bomb, which clears basically the entire screen. The speed boost. There's a couple that we are thinking of adding in the future. I'll drop a little shout out to those. I want to add one that does full cooldown reduction for all abilities.
Oh, that
So if you see that one drop, you can just use all your abilities, put all your abilities on cooldown, and then pick it up, and you'll get all your abilities refreshed right away. I think that would be a really
that
fun
would be
one.
fun.
One thing we can talk about also is like what's ahead, because we have a very beefy post-launch roadmap. We're gonna add lots of things, so we can maybe cover that.
Yeah. Well, if you guys watched that first trailer of ours that we launched on July 23rd, at the end of that trailer, there was a bit of a teaser to what Frederick's talking about. And so I'll turn it over to you, Jordan, if you want to talk a little bit about what's coming next. But take a look at that first trailer if you didn't watch past the that end card.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got a lot of different content planned. Obviously, we're going to do more and more eras. You can see that in town when you look out around the edge of the town. There's some eras out there that we don't have on the map yet. And you can actually see them in the map. They're just locked. So we're going to come out with prehistoric. We're going to come out with solar punk eras, and then more eras in the future. Each era will come with, of course, new zones, but also new gear sets, and that'll increase the combinatorics, dramatically for what you can do in every run as new gear sets are released. In addition to that, we have a lot of other features planned, including a potential PvP mode and other stuff like that.
We win. We have
Oh,
Oh, rare. Okay,
a rare.
dang.
let's go.
Dang it. Do I want portal pants or do I want because I already have the green one and I don't
Ooh, portal pants.
Do I want portal pants? Is one of the best things I've heard all day long.
I know. I
It's
think I'm gonna go with portal
kind of
pants.
I'm torn because I really want the Tesla set, but all right,
The
last
portal
minute.
pants. Yeah. So Frederick is taking the portal pants because he has the Tesla. He's got other pieces of that Tesla set, and he wants to complete that Tesla set, right? The portal pants are also very interesting because they create two portals that you can travel back and forth between. There's a really interesting strat here. When you're out of combat, you have natural health regen, so you can leave a portal way back in the backfield. After you clear a bunch of mobs, put a new portal down, teleport way back to the backfield, and regen all your health because you'll be out of combat. So there's lots of little interesting strats around the different pieces of gear that you can do.
And now I have portal pants. All right.
Bogsy did the most damage that time, and you can see that's because the tether, my damage stats having my high damage stats and Tim having his high damage stats shared across the tether with Bogsy and enabled him to play at the same level we were playing and in fact do the most damage. Frederick mitigated the most damage. Frederick also did the most healing.
That's great because that means that if I want to play with friends and my friends haven't caught up with me level-wise yet, basically it lets us all play at the same level.
Exactly.
That's great.
It levels up. Oh, pun intended.
Ha.
Another thing that's interesting is we've tried to do. We didn't try it. We did it naturally. But if you noticed, before we started, as we were doing the raid, post-raid, there is lots of talking, lots of exchanges, all the way to sometimes some acrimony, because the game is extremely social, right? Like in the way you structure your team. Like now, there are lots of times when I go on a raid with people and I just don't really care. I just go and I see what they have and then we figure it out. But there are also lots of other times when we actually discuss, like we did here. Like I switched my gear based on the loss that they had experienced before, realizing that maybe they would, and indeed, as Jordan was saying, I did lots of damage reduction and healing. paradoxically. So maybe that was needed. Maybe that's why we ended up winning. I'm not saying I'm sorry. It's gonna sound like I'm taking the credit, but it's not. It's not really what I mean. What I mean is that we adapted our strategy. We changed our gear set based on what had happened before, and we did a little bit of coordination. I think here you're seeing also a little bit of bias because I know Jordan and Tim very, very well. So we naturally know how we each play. So we didn't necessarily push too much on the coordination. Also, Jordan was a little overpowered, but it's a very social game that way too, where people have to coordinate and it's fun to coordinate. And sometimes it's good to give a good ribbing to your teammates based on the gear they selected, based on the upgrade cards they select. We try to vocalize on this raid the choices we are making, but sometimes you can make a choice for the whole group. Could argue through the tether, it's always for the whole group, but sometimes it's just for one of your abilities and it makes sense. Like at some point I didn't take the XP gain upgrade card because I thought we were doing just fine in terms of XP, but at some point I did take a few global cooldown reduction cards for the whole team. So I also took stuff for my abilities.
All right. Fun. Do you guys have time for one more?
Sure.
All right. Awesome. So right after the live stream also, we are going to continue the launch day festivities with Discord. Joey, I'm going to throw you on the spot real quick. Do you want to talk about that just a little bit?
Absolutely. So the Twitch stream obviously is exciting because we have some of the devs here available to help us by explaining, by sharing some of the cool behind-the-scenes features and some of the stuff you guys might not be able to find out otherwise. But afterwards, we're going to say goodbye to them and myself and Kevin. What's his game
Kevin,
name?
you're in here. Say hi, Kevin.
Yeah, hi. I'm in here. That's right.
Kevin, I'm sorry. What's your game name?
Der Rumble.
Der Rumble. I am Der Idiot. So sorry. We're gonna hang out on Discord with a stage. We're gonna play with you guys if you want to play with us. Just basically keep the party going for a little while after we say bye to the devs. So if you guys haven't, please check in the chat there. There you see some links to all of our socials as well as our Discord. Come check out our Discord. You get some updates. And if you want to play with us, you can.
We also have a very cool story about Kevin. So Kevin is out of Germany. We met Kevin at Gamescom.
We did.
Kevin was one of the press who visited us, and he loved the game so much. He visited with his friend Dennis, right? And he loved the game. They had a big grin on their faces. We couldn't kick them out of the demo room. They were staying, and then not only that, but they came back an hour later. They came back a day later to play the game, and then Kevin offered to help us with community management and marketing. We said sure, so he's I guess one of our very first super fans out of Germany.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's right. Thank you.
And
I'm dead. Sorry. I'm dead.
You are dead. Look at that.
Sorry, I alt-tabbed and it's my fault.
Yeah.
Entschuldigung.
Death happens.
Sorry.
So.
You can still pick your. You should
Yes,
still be able
I
to pick
did.
your ability. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Sorry. No, sorry, I didn't. Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Two user errors in a row.
I guess we have to come revive you, though.
I know. I was like, are they doing it on purpose?
Well, no, there was
Oh
a
my
time
gosh, we
capital.
actually didn't get it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I'm down too.
My fault. My fault.
Uh-oh. Oh, where's my
And
portal
then
pants? Portal pants, go!
Where are your portal pants?
You've left the aura.
Nope, I'm done.
Wow, we got wrecked.
Why?
You've left the aura.
Wow, that was...
Just blame it
Not
on
sure
me.
how it happened, but it happened.
Yeah, Frederick's like, well, I'm not going to take all the credit for the win.
Oh,
But...
I'm dead again. Whoa. Well, you know what?
Plate is down.
I switched out. I switched out
Oh, that's
my.
fair.
I'm using the crystal longbow now.
Oh. Well, this is one
I
of
also
those...
switched off the healing set. I didn't know you were going to start the run right away, so I was just looking at my other sets. So I got like a
And
random
I
set.
switched out to the crystal longbow at the very last minute as the countdown was so. But it's a great point, right? It just shows like here, it's like, weren't we among polite people? Jordan and Tim could have said WTD to be polite, What the deal, dude? Like you switched out. Like we just did a run where it went swimmingly well. In part because you switched, you came, of course, and in part because you had the Tesla towers and the healing, and then at last second, literally last 3 seconds, you switched to your crystal ball and you wrecked us. And that would be absolutely fair, right? And I think the team was still playing as if Jordan and I had this. Anyways, it's very interesting. That's why it's like so cool, right? It's like it's reminiscent of some
What
of
do we
the
say when
days.
somebody does that? God damn it, Leroy!
I know I was going to say it is reminiscent of some of the WoW raids, obviously. Um,
We have talked about Leroy a couple of times through the stream because there are those moments where, and I will say that there are a few people playing in this squad and at this company who just like to hold the W key. I feel like that's the only key on their keyboard, and that doesn't work when running forward and clearing tangles spawns mobs.
Speaking of, after we kill this slime, let's hold still, and we'll see the out of combat health regen kick in. So we can trade a little bit of time here for a little bit of health, right? You can see we're ticking at 124. That's because I do have some healer sets on that gives us the out of combat health regen. So while we're losing progress against the mob level, we do at least get to gain back that health passively when we're out of combat. Okay, now we can push forward.
And we get to make that judgment on it because we look at, we're level 14, the mobs are 13. We have a little bit of room before they start getting, too hard. So you can play the clock like that. And this all becomes really, really, really important once you get into the harder difficulties and those tangled levels, or the shattered levels we discussed.
Sure.
So
ooh,
I asked
that's
this
my
question
moment.
to Frederick earlier. Jordan, what would you say is your favorite set of gear?
Yeah, it's a great question. I've been a huge fan of the Vibe drone. I think having for a weapon, I think having the flexibility to switch between healing and damage at will is very. Oh, there we go. We're gonna lose Bogsy. Is very, very useful.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's okay. It was too much.
Well, I also am dead.
Okay.
Those cats are gnarly.
Yeah, so that's my favorite weapon. For the other gear, I don't know. I do like the tactical nuke. I do like the barbarian spinning axes for the chest piece. I can put that wall down and that'll actually protect me for a little bit while I kite these guys. But I don't think there's any way I'm finishing this run.
Yeah, I
so
don't
maybe,
think so either.
maybe to be nice, I'll just to you guys. I'll just do that.
There we go. Did it for the team.
But death
Yeah.
happens. Ah.
Yeah.
I really love the way your character looks, Frederick. I just look like that looks really the pale skin with the dark hair. That looks awesome.
Yes, it's an homage to an 80s anime I really liked when I was a kid.
That's awesome.
In part.
I should probably get back to work.
Ah, well, thank you for joining us, Jordan.
No, it was great, and we're super excited that the game is live. Please help us promote the game, play the game. We have way more stuff coming down the pipe on the roadmap. We're gonna add PvP. We're gonna add, of course, new eras. We have Solarpunk. We have Prehistoric. We have Three Kingdoms coming likely on this side of the year, or at least to this side of the year. We have leaderboards and tons of other stuff. And obviously, if you still find bugs, please report them. That's very helpful. You're helping us doing the live QA. But yeah, very excited to finally be able to play the game with you all, and we'll be streaming more regularly. So
yeah, absolutely.
Once again, thank you, Zer.
All right, and we're gonna continue the party in Discord. So make sure if you aren't over there in the Discord channel, we're gonna try and pull in the team as they have some time today, but they are very, very busy. So we will try and pull some folks over for us for that. But hang out in the Out of Time Discord if you're not there. It's discord.gg/playoutofTime. Make sure I almost said pre-purchase. Don't pre-purchase. Out of Time is available now. You can get that from the Epic Games Store. And thank you all so much for jumping in and joining us today. Join us over in that Discord. We'll have a good time. All right.
Thank you, Zer.